Welcome once again, everybody, to our channel. And first of all, make sure that you like and subscribe. So we are the Wills. I am Stanley, and I have my brother Joe and my brother Greg with me. How y'all doing?
All right.
Good.
That's good. So what we're going to talk about today is things, something that we always talk about, because of course on this channel, we talk about things that we did as kids when we were growing up. And we have an interesting and kind of a
spooky topic for you guys.
So today we're going to talk about something related to this thing that you see on side of me. Yes, the overhead projector. So when we were kids, we actually took that invention and used it to our advantage. And what we did is we scared our little sister Veronica with it. So if you look at an overhead projector, for those of you guys that don't know about it, basically it's just something that teachers use, and they'll take a transparency and lie it on top of the projector, and you could actually project it. So, that way you could see what the instructor is talking about. You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Any of y'all want to talk about how the overhead projector was?
I know our teachers used it, and sometimes they might show like a little story on it when you was a kid, or sometimes they'll show you like English to teach, about different sentences and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they used to use it for some kind of teaching too, to show you different stuff.
This is something we did as kids. Okay, so I think it was Greg and I that came up with this. I don't know if it was myself and Nat. Nat is our younger brother, by the way. What we did is we wanted to scare our younger sister Veronica. We always like to pick on the younger siblings, right? So what we did is we drew a picture of a monster. It might have been a devil or something like that. And when we drew that picture on that transparency, we brought in a stack of books into her room. And so what we did is we take a stack of books where you have one, a stack on the left and a stack on the right. What we did is we set it on, so we set one end on one side of the stack of books and the other end on the other side. And then we took a flashlight and slid it under that.
We snuck in the room. We turned it on, and it just lit up the ceiling, and it was amazing the way it looked. It was amazing. Sally drew it, and it was amazing. It was red. And it was colorful, and what he drew reflected on the ceiling, and just like he drew it, it was just the picture of it on the ceiling.
And that's what surprised me, because I remember when we first came up with the idea, I remember saying to myself, well, when a teacher takes that transparency and lay it on that little table of that overhead projector, I know there's light there, and then that light helps project it, so everybody can see it on the screen. And I say to myself, well, it should work. I say, because if we put a flashlight under it, kind of like what they're doing on an overhead projector, it should project on the ceiling. So for those of you at home, if you want to try something like this, it will actually work. So think about it. What we did use it to scare our little sister. So boys and girls, if y'all watching, do not try to scare your little sister or little brother. We're not trying to advocate that. But at the same time, it is good for pranks if you do something like this. But the other thing that comes to mind is that you could use it for holidays. So of course, like we mentioned, putting a little monster or a little devil that we drew, you could use it for Halloween. You could use it for Christmas. You could use it for New Year's. So there are things that you could do for it. Nowadays, we know they have holiday projectors that show up where, people use it. And what they do is they actually show things on their homes during the holidays, like during Christmas and Halloween. So it's kind of like the same type of thing. But at the same time, what's good here's the advantages of this particular thing is that you could draw your own, because of course, if you buy one of those holiday projectors from a store, they're giving you an image that they created, but you could create your own image. So your child could draw a pumpkin, your child could draw a heart for Valentine's Day, or something like that and have fun with it. Markers are the best things that work. So like you could use a Sharpie, or you can use some dry erase markers, but they might smear a little bit. You could use crayons. Crayons don't look as good, but it can work a little bit. You could even use highlighters, you know. But the thing is, this particular thing, it really does work, and it's a fun little project.
He actually has a way you can make a projector with a shoebox using your cell phone.
Wow. And you know what's funny? That's funny you said that, Greg, because when I think of the project that we did a long time ago when we scared Veronica, I was thinking about things people could do. And one thing you can do is you could take a box, you could take a shoe box, or you could take something square, and you could actually put a flashlight or your phone in it. Nowadays, you could use the light from your smartphone and it works just fine. I tested it again, it works just fine. And that's the thing. So something like this is something that's really good. But some other things you guys could do, if you actually use the idea that we have in terms of the transparencies, you could use like little figures or something. I have these little night figures that I have in my home where I have them hold the actual transparency, and you can see their shadows on the wall. So you can be creative by making something that, like let's say, for instance, you're giving a Halloween party, or you're giving a Christmas party, or whatever type of event that you're having at your home. You could just create something that would be fascinating for people whenever they walk in. And like we said before, there are some things that are out there that companies sell to where you could really create this and make it your own. But one thing about the idea we had is everything is from scratch. It might take you to use your own shoebox or to use your own cell phone or whatever.
Kind of reminds you of when people used to make those animals with their fingers, and they use a flashlight to project it onto the wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, I remember that.
Kind of like that. When you use that transparency, it's a lot better because it actually show color and everything.
A lot of stores don't sell transparencies anymore because, of course, the overhead projector is old technology. Instructors and teachers are using regular projectors. They're in order to do PowerPoints and so on. They might be using big screen televisions, so there's no need to use a transparency, so stores don't sell them. You can find them, however, at some office supply stores, or you could use something called a clear sheet protector. So those are clear, just like a transparency. The only thing is that they're a little more flimsy, so they don't really hold up like a transparency, but they can still work. If you could actually get something to hold it together to where you could have that flashlight or your phone sitting right under it, it would still work for you. It probably mainly works for events that you have at your house. Like I said, a Christmas party, a Halloween party, something like that, a little gathering. But you could just have fun with your kids and just maybe have a day where they just, hey, Mom, look at this. I'm going to show it on my ceiling today. So just, I'll show it on my bedroom wall.
Have a family night where the kids just get together and they draw different things and just put it on the wall. You have popcorn and everything. That'd be like your movie night or something.
Yeah, that'll be a great idea. You're right. So you're right, Greg. So movie night, you can show it, and while the movie is playing, hey, have it on the wall or something. Just something fun and creative. Yeah, but that was something that we thought, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really did not think it was gonna work before we did it. I said, I'm gonna try this, but stealing the idea from the overhead projector, I say, hey, let's give it a shot and see what happens.
That's a cool way of doing it, that's not cost effective, it's cheap, and just something you can do, like you say, for fun with children, with kids and stuff.
And it's good clean fun, that the family could do together. People enjoy and talk about that later on in life and stuff, instead of all this, stupidness going on. Have, family times and stuff like that.
Exactly. So that's going to do it for this episode, good people. So what we want you to do, once again, we want you to like and subscribe to the channel, and also join us again for the next episode, because we got some good things coming up for you that we did as kids. Take care, everybody.
But
Peace out.